I discovered vegan secrets. I'm planning on sharing them with you.
He's walking somewhere.
So as we all learned on Friday's episode, I am now experimenting with raw sprouted pseudo grains. Trying to get a high carb savory dinner that isn't cooked. Trying to return to my raw vegan hippie roots, and I do believe we discovered something beneficial. That crosswalk lady dares you to hit her. She just stands in the middle of the road like, what? Try it, Buster. So, I've been having these starchy meals every night. Potatoes, squashes, little varieties, little cabbage in there. Every single time, as soon as I'm finished my dinner, I cough up this large amount of mucus. It's just very mucus forming. If you're following this detox path, you know that mucus forming foods are what you're trying to avoid. I was hoping that potatoes and sweet potatoes would be non-mucus forming, maybe slightly, but they're pretty bad. I don't remember getting that kind of mucus even from meat. Like, this is every single, without fail. It's not like, oh, sometimes it happens. Every time. As soon as I'm finished coughing up, like, what the hell? Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes, like, I remember in Thailand, I did like a week of nothing but fruit, and it was mostly watermelon, and I started coughing up mucus. That was detox. That was the watermelon removing mucus from my body. This is why it gets so confusing, because the starches are clearly causing it. There's no way that cooked potatoes are detoxing me more than the fruit is. So last night I have this buckwheat dinner. It was weird. The first couple bites were like, that's pretty good. Eating the whole meal was like, it's this texture of the buckwheat. It's like, what the hell is this? What? Just tell me down below, what's the best tasting and feeling sprout? I'm thinking maybe it has to be one of those gluten grains, like spelt, a chewy niceness to it, a nuttiness, if you will. The buckwheat sprouts were like kind of hard, and I don't know, man, I'll do it. I'll do anything for health. But what I discovered after eating that meal, zero mucus. Raw. It's because it's raw. If I would have cooked that buckwheat, I bet you I'm coughing. I'm coughing up something. So there it is. So is it possible that my beloved potatoes that were saving my life are actually slowing down the healing? Because I feel good, but I feel like certain things, like this sty is hanging. It is hanging around for like a month. And it's like, things are slow to heal here. I have this one zit, like a herpes thing on my lip. I've never had one stay this long. The hell was that? Usually when I get herpes, I get it hard, and it goes away quick. But this one, just like it's a tiny thing that never even developed into a true herpes-like creature that I could love and then get rid of. This one's just hanging. So I feel like these starches are just slowly not letting anything leave my body. It's just like I'm detoxing at 1 milliliter per decade. Whereas if I was on all fruits, things would be flushing too fast. Whereas the grain sprout way of life, is that a scooter? That's an electric ass car. He snuck up on me. Who's that? Let's go. So it was fun while it lasted, having my cooked meal at night, and I think I'm weaning off it. We'll do every other day because I'm not into my sprout routine yet. You have to learn, like, soak your sprouts one night, eat them maybe 2 days later, soak the last one day before, like, you have to get into a rhythm. I don't even have the space in my junior 1-bedroom. Serenity now. Things will get better. So I'm having potatoes tonight because I don't have sprouts, but they're soaking. They might be ready tomorrow night, so we'll do like an every other day, raw, cooked, until we wean off completely and get into my sprout rhythm. And then the healing will just take off like a rocket. see how slow that healing's been. I just showed you an example. It's been slow. Little update for you. My teeth feel so much better, and I changed nothing, so I think it really is just detox. The teeth get really sensitive. You're like, ah, shit, the fruit's killing me. And then you go off the path maybe, but if you just stick to it, it just gets better on its own. So maybe they'll get better entirely. I doubt it. I still have like 15 cavities at least, but yeah, that's fine. I really do want to replace my wisdom teeth. They've always been crooked and just full of cavities immediately. It's hard to clean those freaks. So remove those, I don't know. It sounds terrible, like a terrible day. I don't want to do it. Another thing I noticed from that meal last night, it almost felt like a fruit meal in my gut. Like it barely feels like anything was there. Whereas the potatoes feel much heavier. And often I eat so much, I can tell it's not digesting. Even though I'm done by 4 p.m., I'm going to bed by 9:30, I still feel like it's in that gut. Just sitting there. So this felt like it digested super fast. I'm not getting like cramps. We'll see. It's been one day. It probably hasn't even reached my colon. Once it gets there, bad things happen to good people. I don't know. It's freezing. My vegan body can't cope with the winter. I have no nutrients to create heat. I feel like icicles are forming out of my nostril hair. That can't be good. I need Lizard 6. Lizard 6. Do you have it? You know, part of me doesn't want the raw vegan path to be the way because it's not always the most satisfying and fun way to eat, but I can't argue with the immediate results. You notice it every time. Just go 100% raw for a bit and then have a big cooked meal and you're gonna notice the heaviness. It's not bad, like it's a doable maintenance level. I can stay there. It's okay. You'll experience mediocre to good health. Maybe you're fine with that, but I want skyrocket health. I want to be like so sharp and just happy all the time. Can't say I've achieved it. Things are good, but not perfect. We're shooting for the stars. I'm not saying I don't agree with your decoration choices. I wish I had those. I love having 4 mice with... What are those? They're like warthog mice. You forgot your Halloween directions. Oh, directions wasn't the word. Oh, decorations. Oh, I was so close. Oh, vegan brain fog, why do you do it? Save me. Canada, you're a lie. It's only been one day on my perfect raw vegan diet. You can't expect the brain to just turn on. Just wait for it to kick in. It's like a furnace. Takes a couple of weeks, and then boom. You're gonna see sharpness here. I'm gonna win at Scrabble. I could. Everybody's social distancing each other. He crossed the street, and then they also crossed the street, and they didn't know which was going to cross it first, and now he's just in the middle. Oh, no. He looked at me. So if you've been on a vegan diet for a while, things are kind of slow, try kicking it up a notch to 100% raw. Do some all-fruit days. Maybe try these sprouted grains. We'll see how those go. I do want to try a gluten one. See what happens. Why not? Glue is good for you. So I'm going to leave after you thumb up the video. Thumbs down if you've pet a warthog. They're wild creatures, known for their anger. They're very territorial. I don't even believe you did it. So, not only have you lied, you risked your health and your life. What about your family? Yeah, my lips are numb. I can't talk. Vlogging in Canada sucks. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.